Hello and welcome to the Minnesota Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. We are so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. And my name is Daisha. I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items to share with you. First, your camera and your microphone are off, so our panelists tonight will not be able to see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type any questions you have for our presenters at any time, and they will be able to respond to you. This is one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website and sign up for any other sessions you're interested in. And finally, this session is being recorded and it will be available at strivescan.com/Minnesota for you to watch on demand at a later date. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, University of Missouri.
Hi, everyone. My name is Victoria Zion, and I am the Regional Admissions Representative right here in Minnesota for the University of Missouri in Columbia, Missouri. So if you haven't heard of the University of Missouri, we are about 31,000 students and located in Columbia, Missouri, so about 7.5 hours from the Twin Cities. We get Tigers from all across the US, so all 50 states, and we are the land-grant and AAU institution of the entire state of Missouri. A little bit more about Columbia, as I am a recent graduate of the university. It is a quaint college town, and it is a great time for everything in your college experience due to all the black and gold and tiger everything in the downtown area. A little bit more about our admissions requirements. They are listed here, but I really just want to tell you about my Mizzou experience. I'm really sorry all of these technical difficulties are happening right now with what you're seeing with our test requirements and our GPA scores there, but not to worry about how to apply and how to get here. I just am trying to share a little bit more about where your future might start here. So we do offer over 300 different degree programs because we are that land grant institution, research institution for the state of Missouri. And we do have over 600 clubs and organizations. So personally, as a student, I didn't know what I wanted to study when I first came to Mizzou and heard about it as a senior, but I did start in the School of Journalism. So in the School of Journalism, I had the opportunity to get hands-on experience and learning by doing right away, starting as a freshman. So what that looked like is me being able to work at an NBC affiliate news station, our only one of its kind, as you can see pictured right there. So I got hands-on learning experience like all of our majors will see at the University of Missouri right away as a freshman and sophomore, being a sports anchor for the morning news. And I realized then after that experience that it was not what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. And that was okay. So I got more hands-on learning experiences through a program in documentary filmmaking. So with that being said, I was able to get that hands-on experience and make a film of my own over 2 years of my college experience. That wasn't the only thing I was involved with. I was also in a Christian ministry on campus. I played a lot of rec sports. And at the end of the day, I loved supporting Mizzou. So what it looked like was other areas of Mizzou, like supporting D1 sports. I was a part of Tigers Lair, and I got to be in the front row of all the football games, painted up, cheering on the black and gold. So really like the whole city of Columbia cheers on the Tigers. I got to do that firsthand every single year as a student at Mizzou. So we really like to show at Missouri. So with that being said, we really want to show you campus. So we do have in-person opportunities for you to take a tour of campus. I gave tours as a student on campus, and I know that the campus sells itself. So if you want to come learn even more about our admissions requirements and why you should come to the university, it'll be a great opportunity for you Minnesota students to get there and see it for yourself. And a big reason that Minnesota students should take the time and opportunity to see campus is because we offer something called in-state residency with the state of Missouri. So we would love for you to come see campus, fall in love with it like I did as a student, and get that in-state residency and start paying in-state tuition once you come to our university. So that was another thing I did as a student and made college more affordable to go to an in-state institution. That happened right away freshman year. I started living on campus, had that on-campus housing experience. And then after those first 12 months, I was then going to start sophomore year, knowing that I was going to pay in-state tuition just by being in the state, following a few checklist items like, changing my driver's license, being in the state, making some taxable income, and ultimately using the support staff on campus in order to make that possible. So it's a really unique program that we have personally with our state and one other, just to support Tigers in another way. So we hope that we can show you campus and show you hands-on learning using our Missouri method. And I appreciate your guys' time today. Here's some contact info if we can help. My personal email is askvictoria@missouri.edu, and I would love to help in the best way possible. And we are always here to help. So there's our main contact line. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, University of Missouri. Our next institution is University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm just loading this. Hopefully you can see it. There we go. My name is Christina Conroy. I am an admissions advisor here at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We have, oh my gosh. There we go. I'm just going to keep talking and hopefully this loads. We, like I said, are located in the city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We are about 15 minutes from downtown Milwaukee, so we still are very close by to downtown. We have the Milwaukee County Transit bus systems that come right to campus, and students can ride these for free with the use of their UWM student IDs. So it's super easy to get around throughout the city of Milwaukee, whether it's an internship, you're trying to get to during the school day, back and forth between your classes, campus, things like that, or possibly, just going out to eat or exploring other things in the city. It's super, super easy to get back and forth, and as well as throughout the rest of the city and county of Milwaukee. We are also about just an hour and a half, so just about 90 minutes just north straight up from Chicago, and we're about 4.5 hours from Minneapolis. We are also about 5 minutes from Lake Michigan, so we are super, super close, right by the lake. It's about a 15-20 minute walk. It's a little less than a mile. It's a super nice walk. I've done it tons of times. In the warmer months, there's sort of nice things, nice opportunities, and obviously we have Bradford Beach down there, so you can kind of just lay out at the beachfront. There's also volleyball courts, soccer fields, coffee shops, and just really nice walking, hiking, biking paths, things like that. So if you like to stay active, lots of ways to do that around our campus as well as around the city of Milwaukee. And I apologize, my presentation is frozen. There we go. All right, so our students, in terms of our students and our student size, we have students represented from all 50 states in the United States, and we have students from 80 plus countries. We are currently about 19,000 undergraduate students currently enrolled at UWM, so that's bachelor undergraduate seeking students, and we're about 24,000 students total. Campus itself, while a little bit larger in number, is pretty compact in terms of our campus size. It's about a 10 to 15 minute walk from one end of campus to the other. I always say this is an advantage because we're in Wisconsin, right? It snows, it gets cold, we have rainy days, things like that. So it's kind of nice that you don't have to really walk too far. If you have a class, two classes that are on opposite sides of campus and they're 10 minutes apart, you'll definitely have more than enough time to get over to that second class, and sometimes even with time to spare. So it's kind of nice. You really don't have to go too far to get around and navigate campus and things like that. In terms of academic opportunities, we are R1, so we are a top tier research university, meaning we have tons of undergraduate research opportunities for every single academic major and area that we offer. We have about 200 plus majors, 90 academic programs, so lots and lots to choose from. This screen, you can kind of see all of the different opportunities and undergraduate research that's going on in all the different majors and areas we have on campus. Obviously, then we offer tons of internships, co-ops, fieldwork opportunities for our students, clinicals and student teaching. That would be specific to our education and nursing majors. But being in the city of Milwaukee, we have several Fortune 500 companies in the state of Wisconsin, the majority of which are located in Milwaukee. So a lot of really great opportunities for our students there. And this is frozen again. There we go. In terms of life on campus, we have 300 plus student organizations, so lots of different things to choose from. We're also D1, so we have 15 men's and women's D1 athletic teams. We also do have club and intramural sports for our students to participate in as well. So club teams are still going to travel and compete against other club teams around the Midwest. And then our intramural teams are UWM students playing other groups of UWM students. In terms of scholarships, once students are admitted, they can apply for any scholarship that UWM offers on our scholarship portal. We do have one automatic scholarship that students get. They don't have to apply or anything. It's automatically awarded when they're applying as new freshmen. It's called the Chancellor's Merit Scholarship. So you can kind of see the breakdown of it here. So it sort of really depends on GPA. So if you fall between any of these GPAs, it's an automatic scholarship. It is renewable for 4 years as long as you're maintaining that GPA. What's also really nice about our tuition is we do have that Minnesota reciprocity with Minnesota residents. So you're paying pretty close to what our Wisconsin residents are going to be paying for their tuition as well. In terms of application, pretty simple. So it sort of breaks it down for you here. Currently, fall 2022 applicants will not have to submit their ACT or SAT scores. Those will not be required. You still are welcome to, but it's not going to be a requirement. And then we'll just need the application via either the Common App or the UW System app. We take both. And then any transcripts that you have, so all those high school transcripts, just submit it over to us. Once we get those in, we can start to review your application. Application opened August 1st. So we are currently admitting and reviewing those applications. We do what's called rolling admission. So we review applications as they come in and you hear back as soon as we make the decision and review that on your application. One last thing I just want to mention is come check us out. Touring campus is a really great way to kind of see and figure out if that's somewhere that you can picture yourself. If that's somewhere you think you can be for 4 years, it's really great. So I always encourage students, any university you're looking at, definitely do a campus tour. We are open Monday through Saturday during the school year for campus tours in the morning and afternoons. So definitely get on our visit page on our website and register for one of those if you're interested in checking us out. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Our next institution is Inver Hills Community College.
Perfect. Thank you for the introduction. Welcome, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. I'll go ahead and share my screen. All right, perfect. So again, like I had mentioned, my name is Rachel. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm an admissions advisor with Inver Hills Community College. For those of you that aren't familiar, we're actually a suburb of St. Paul. So it's we're close enough to the city, but far enough away for that more small town feel for a college. All right, so I'm just diving right in. What are the advantages of choosing a community college such as Inver? The first point that we like to make to folks is that you set yourself up to transfer to a four-year institution. We understand that many of our students, if not all, come in with that end goal of achieving a bachelor's degree. So in short, we have the resources, the staff and faculty in place to help you meet those goals. And one other way that we do that is with our Associate of Arts degree. So many of our students come in undecided about their major, and that's totally fine. That's normal. And that's how we see it at Inver. And that's kind of a widespread view is that, you know, I always tell folks, especially coming right out of high school, you have to ask permission to use the restroom. And then they want you to know what you want to do for the rest of your life. So it's just unrealistic to me. And that's how we view it at Inver as well. So again, with that Associate of Arts degree, it allows you to begin taking college classes that will apply no matter what your major is, and completing those general education requirements, while also kind of dipping your toes in some different areas. So again, it's a great option if you're undecided. It's a great option if you're decided too, to be able to complete an associate's degree, crank out those first 2 years with us at Inver, and go ahead and transfer in as a junior to that 4-year institution. Next perk of attending a community college like Inver is our open enrollment policy. So essentially what that means is that as long as you've completed high school or your GED, you will be accepted at Inver. We get lots of questions about, what's your minimum GPA? What's your minimum ACT score? We don't have one. The only reason that we'd use the GPA or ACT scores, any sort of standardized testing, would just be to place you into courses. And we'll talk about that a little bit later when talking about the application process. But again, open enrollment, as long as you've completed high school or your GED, you'll be accepted. The next point is flexible course and scheduling options. So many of our students are adult learners, or they come in and they have a part-time job or full-time job even. They're a caregiver. So we try to, again, we're familiar with that. So by offering these resources like academic advisors that know you by your first name and know kind of your situation, they're able to sit down with you and have that conversation. And just having those resources allows you to have a schedule that best fits you. So we, in terms of specifics and flexible courses, we do offer online, hybrid, on campus. If you want to take classes in the evening, in the morning, whatever works best for you, we're happy to kind of work with you on that. Lots of flexible programs and overall lots of flexible courses, especially when you're just starting off and taking those general education requirements. Next point is our affordable tuition rates. It's a guarantee that you'll save money if you come to Inver Hills, if you come to a community college over attending a 4-year school. We're very open and honest and proud to be able to offer an affordable education for folks. Our tuition rates are $190 per credit for any online or hybrid classes, and any on-campus courses are going to be $200 per credit. So if you're looking at a full-time year, 30 credits or so, you're looking at roughly $5,500 to $6,000. So again, very, very affordable, cheapest tuition rates in the state of Minnesota. You can't really beat it. Then again, circling back to that individualized support, at Inver, the average class size is in the mid-20s, but it'll never be larger than 40. So again, you get that individualized support with your instructors as well as staff and faculty that know you by your first name and you're not just a number. We'll talk briefly just about the enrollment steps, but before I jump into that, and on the last slide as well, if you all are interested in learning more about Inver, go ahead and scan that QR code. That'll bring you right to our visit page, which will allow you to check out all of our different visit opportunities. We have online as well as on-campus options to connect with us further. So then again, just jumping into the enrollment steps, again, if you go ahead and scan that QR code on this slide, you'll have the option to apply now. That'll bring you right to our application page, and you can use the code INVR2022 to apply for free. Usually it's $20, as noted in the first step here, the online application. Pretty straightforward, usually just takes about 15 minutes or so. From there, we'll just need those unofficial high school transcripts, and then again, fulfilling that assessment requirement. We do have the option for students to take the AccuPlacer, which again, essentially you can't pass it or fail it. It's just to see where you're at. We really want to make sure that you're placed in classes that aren't too easy or too difficult. And then the last step is just an orientation session. So at that point, you will get matched up with your specific academic advisor. You'll be able to set up a meeting with them, especially in that first semester. That's really crucial to make sure that you're placed in those classes that are right for you. And then I'll just go ahead and end on this slide. Again, that promo code is in there if you'd like to jot that down. Along with my contact information, you can feel free to send me an email or give me a call, whatever works best for you there. And then again, just including the admissions main contact information as well, our email address and phone number. But again, thanks so much for being here and free to utilize Q&A feature. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you guys have. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Inver Hills Community College. And as Rachel mentioned, we invite you to use the Q&A button on your screen to ask any questions you have for our presenters tonight. We will now move on to our presentation from Cornell College.
Hi, everyone. My name is Marie Schofer, and I am an admission representative with Cornell College. I'm actually based here in the Twin Cities, and so regionally located, and looking forward to meeting you all either at your schools or in the local community. So Cornell College is a small liberal arts school of just over 1,000 students. Our students come from all around the country and around the world. Our incoming first year class this year had 37 states represented. 30 of those students came from the state of Minnesota. So I was really happy to see that. Also, 30% of our incoming class were identified as students of color. So we have a diverse class and students who have many, many diverse interests as well. Our location is in eastern Iowa. We are in the town of Mount Vernon, which is a town of about 4,500 people. So it is certainly a small town, but it's not a sleepy ghost town. It's a thriving community. And part of it is because we've got a great location, centrally located, just 15 minutes from Cedar Rapids, the second largest city in the state, and 30 minutes north of Iowa City, which is the location of the University of Iowa. And so this section of Iowa is called the Creative Corridor, and it's just a really vibrant place to be able to go to school. We are also within a 6-hour radius of numerous major Midwest cities. So we use our location as a springboard to utilize all these locations in the Midwest and beyond. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. Now, one reason that Cornell students come from all over the country and around the world is because they are excited about our academic curriculum and our academic calendar. We operate on a calendar called the block plan. It's also known as one course at a time, because that is literally what our students will do. They will take their classes one at a time, which allows them to focus entirely on one subject and to go in depth in the material that they're studying. Our faculty decided to adopt this calendar in 1978, so 43 years ago, because they felt like it would offer some immense benefits to our students, and we have not turned back. We really love the block calendar. So our students will take 4 courses in the fall semester and 4 in the spring. You can see they start with block 1. That's one class that kind of goes between October and September. And for 3.5 weeks or 18 days, they're just taking that one single course. On the last day of the class, they'll do some kind of culminating exam or project. Maybe they give a presentation, and then they have earned their grade in the class. They'll get a 4-day weekend to rest and rejuvenate, and then start a new class on the next Monday. So again, 4 classes in the fall, 4 in the spring. These are 4 credit hour courses. And so our students are taking the equivalent of 16 credit hours each semester, just like their peers at other institutions. And therefore our students also graduate within 4 years. So you may be asking yourself, what would an average day at Cornell look like? Well, our students typically go to class at 9 in the morning. Then they take a break at 11. Maybe go to lunch, maybe study a little, ask the professor a few questions, maybe even take a quick cat nap, and then head back to class at 1 o'clock for another hour or 2. All of our classes are over at 3 p.m. and that's when students head off to extracurricular and co-curricular activities. Many of our athletic teams meet at 3:30, fine arts at 4, and other clubs will meet anytime in the afternoon or evening. So our students get this great balance, and they're all kind of on a common schedule. All right, so what are the benefits of this program that we really feel like are worth highlighting? Well, again, you get to study things in depth, and professors can design the courses in all kinds of interesting and fun ways. This slide in particular highlights the opportunity to get off campus. So typically in a non-pandemic year, we'll have 20 to 25 classes that will pack their suitcases and study in locations all around the world. Just to give you a few examples, the lower right is a biology class in the Bahamas. The upper left is a politics class, a women in politics class in India. And then the tiny picture in the lower right is an economics class studying in Shanghai, China. We do not believe that all learning takes place within the 4 walls of a classroom. We keep our classes small. Average class size is 16 and classes are capped at 25, and this allows for immense flexibility. So even now during the pandemic, we are having classes that are studying off campus for day trips. We've had a geology class go visit a mine this fall, and we have a religion class that visited Effigy Mound State Park in Iowa just recently. So even now the classes are getting off campus and having outside experiences. If any of this sounds appealing to you, I would certainly encourage you to investigate Cornell. We are doing virtual visits as well as on-campus visits. And I'd like to highlight a couple things about the application process. It's very easy to apply to Cornell using the Cornell application or the Common application. And for any student in Minnesota that's admitted to the college, you are automatically eligible for a minimum scholarship of $30,000 per year. This is the freeway scholarship because you can hop on the freeway and easily get to campus, but that is a minimum guarantee during your 4 years at Cornell. We also have additional add-on scholarships in the fine arts, music, art, theater, dance, as well as esports and mock trial and cheer. I hope that this has answered some of your questions, and if you do have any additional questions, please put them in the Q&A or contact me later. I will put my contact information in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Cornell College. We will now hear from the University of Sioux Falls. Oh, sorry, you're muted.
Sorry about that, everybody. So hi, my name is Sochi, and I'm an admissions officer here at the University of Sioux Falls. So USF is a private liberal arts university located in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We offer more than 90 plus different majors and minors. We have about 1,600 students representing 38 different states and over 14 different countries. If you're not familiar with Sioux Falls or South Dakota, you can see from the map on the screen that we are conveniently located close to several large metropolitan areas, including the Twin Cities. We are about 3.5 to 4 hours southwest of the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. Oh, I'm sorry, I think the screen froze on me. Here we go. So as far as Sioux Falls, we have a population about 250,000 people, and it is the largest city in the state of South Dakota. We are a thriving city who is continually in the top 10 best cities for young adults to live in, and this is due to the fact that we have 2 incredible multi-million-dollar hospitals, banks, nonprofits. So a lot of opportunities for our students during and after they finish with college. And USF's campus is located in the city center, which makes it an easy commute for our students, especially to get to the downtown area, which is only 5 minutes away. So you'll quickly find that USF invests in their students in many ways. So our USF students have been finding an enormous success after they finish here. And this leads to the consistently high placement rating of around 99%. And again, this is the fact of where we're located here in Sioux Falls that gives you the opportunity and in a variety of different backgrounds throughout your time here. And professors also know that the classroom component is just as important as those real world experiences. And this leads to our classroom sizes. So your classroom sizes will be small. We have a student to faculty ratio of 16:1. Additionally, your professors will know you on a personal level because not only are they teaching you, but they're also your academic advisor and mentor. So what's it like to be a student here? Well, the one thing that students say they love about USF is that sense of belonging, that sense of community and unity from the moment that they arrive here. There is a variety of things that our students can be a part of and find their community right here on campus. One would be by joining one of our many student clubs or organizations. We have over 100, so more than likely there is a club for you where you can find students with a similar interest. And our Students Life office does a great job of putting on daily events for our campus community as well. We are a faith-based institution, meaning that we do offer campus ministry opportunities. However, it is optional to our USF students. A popular would be our chapel, where our campus does close. There are no classes held during this hour on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. or our offices do close as well. So there's opportunity for the USF community to come together, but again, it is optional. You can join one of our music ensembles or theater productions. This is open to both majors and non-majors. And additionally, our performing arts department does offer scholarship for all students, whether you're a major student or not. We are a Division II university, and we're part of the SIC conference. Our students have the opportunity to study away or abroad during their time here. A popular time for students to travel would be during our January or interim term. It's a great time to take their education, whether it be domestically or internationally, with other USF students. So 100% of our first year students do receive some form of financial aid. And here is a snapshot or a breakdown of our cost of attending USF. That top number is before any type of aid. It is for an academic year, and we have block tuition, which means that you can take between 12 to 17 credits each semester at the same cost. And we do have a variety of resident halls and meal plans. So ultimately your room and board will just depend on the room and meal plan that you select. We do have one automatic scholarship that we consider you for at the time of your application as well. If you'd like to see what our students are up to or doing throughout the year, please connect with us through our different social media platforms, or feel free to reach out to admissions. Feel free to reach out to the admissions office. I will put my contact information in the Q&A box. Thank you for being here, and have a great afternoon.
Thank you, University of Sioux Falls. Our final institution is Gonzaga University.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Carrie Weeks, and I'm Associate Director of Admission at Gonzaga. I'm also the Honors Program Director. So I'm happy to be with you to talk with you a little bit about Gonzaga. Gonzaga is a private liberal arts Catholic university in the Jesuit tradition, and it's located in Spokane, Washington. Jesuit education is world renowned for providing a holistic education of mind, body, and spirit. And at Gonzaga, that's what we focus on, cura personalis. It's a Latin term that means the care for the whole person. Gonzaga is a medium-sized university with about 5,000 undergraduate students who hail from almost all 50 states and about 40 different countries. 41% of our student population identifies as Catholic, and then others are from other Christian denominations as well as other religions, and some have no particular religious background. 30% of our first year class identified as students of color or BIPOC students. Gonzaga is also a top 20% nationally ranked university, and we educate students for lives of leadership and service for the common good. At GU, there's an emphasis on interdisciplinary and hands-on experiences such as internships, research, field work, and we have an average class size of 23 with a student to faculty ratio of 11:1 and faculty teaching our courses and labs. So we're able to offer personal attention and advising for students. In fact, we were ranked number 13 nationally for best undergraduate teaching. And we have very happy students with 92% continuing after their first year, and successful graduates with the classes of 2018 to 2020 with an average saying that 91% of them are working, they're in graduate school or doing full-time service programs. We are also located just across the Spokane River from downtown Spokane. It's about a 10 to 15 minute walk on the Centennial Trail. Spokane is a city of about 225,000 within city limits and about 770,000 in the metropolitan area. We have a great combination of urban and outdoor amenities such as excellent internships, restaurants, shopping, easy access as well to hiking, rock climbing, golfing, and skiing. So our Gonzaga Outdoors Club will take students skiing, they'll take them rock climbing and paddleboarding, all sorts of things, other outdoor adventures throughout the year. Students also do have free access to the city bus system with their GU ID. We offer over 75 majors and programs through our 5 colleges. We have the College of Arts and Sciences, the School of Business Administration, the School of Education, School of Engineering and Applied Science, and the School of Nursing and Human Physiology. Also, 63% of our students study abroad, including places like our second campus in Florence, Italy, and about 30 other countries as well. 82% of our students come from over 200 miles away. And so while Gonzaga offers great academic challenge, we do that with a lot of support and opportunities for students to grow and share their gifts outside the classroom. We offer 140 different clubs and organizations, strong residence hall communities where our first and second year students live. We have speakers and dances and cultural festivals, lots of opportunities for service and advocacy, very active intramural club and Division I athletics, and we have many optional retreats and spiritual options. We also provide excellent resources for students through many different offices. One I'd like to highlight is our Unity Multicultural Education Center, and another is our Lincoln LGBTQ+ Resource Center. They're both great resources and a home away from home for students, as well as excellent places where students can share their leadership gifts. We have over 800 student leadership positions on our campus. We use the Common Application for admission and also to determine merit scholarships. December 1 is the deadline, and we just have that one deadline. Students who are interested in nursing and engineering have to list that interest in the application and be admitted into that major. We evaluate holistically, taking into consideration grades and grade trends, curriculum, quality of writing, character, extracurricular activities, and test scores if you choose to send those in. We are test optional, so for both admission to all majors, for the honors program, and all scholarships. So you get to choose whether you want to submit an SAT or ACT score. If you don't submit a test score, then we will just put more emphasis on your curriculum, your GPA, and your writing in the application. Our middle 50% of students in the first year class had between a 3.53 and a 3.9 unweighted GPA. December 1st is also the priority award deadline for the FAFSA and for accessing any federal or state aid or Gonzaga awarded need-based aid. If a student's not able to file a FAFSA, then they can file a needs-based analysis form with us to access state and Gonzaga aid. 98% of admitted students, first-year students, will receive a merit scholarship and/or grant, and merit scholarships are automatically earned when students apply for admission. We offer many separate application scholarships as well, such as Honors Program, Gonzaga Leaders, and music scholarships too. So I hope this has helped give you a taste of the Gonzaga experience. I welcome your questions, and go Zags!
Thank you, Gonzaga. I would now like to welcome all of our presenters to join me on video and audio for a brief Q&A before we wrap up. All right, so I would like to ask each of you, please respond to this in the order in which you presented. What is one thing you would like students to remember about your college or institution?
So I'll go first. As the University of Missouri, I feel like the one thing I want students to remember is really how special our residency process is. It is a big in-state school that, as a Minnesota student, is really comparable to other big universities in the state, and you can still have that out-of-state experience in a drivable time to the Twin Cities by going to the University of Minnesota.
I would say just the location of campus. So being in the city of Milwaukee, our campus is very much a part of the city and sort of the neighborhood. So there's a million things to do. There's constantly something going on, whether it's on campus or in the city. You kind of get the best of both worlds. Campus feels very, very small because the campus is so compact, but it's all the benefits of being in a larger university in a larger city. So it's kind of one of my favorite things as well.
Yeah, I would say the number one reason, or one of the number one draws to Inver, is our low tuition rates. It's the lowest tuition rate in the state of Minnesota. You won't find a place any cheaper while still achieving that high quality education. So again, for full-time year, you're looking at about $5,500. So again, can't beat that, and we're very open and honest about that, and we like to brag about that a little bit at times too. But again, happy to answer any other questions that y'all have.
And at Cornell College, I would encourage you to remember our one course at a time academic calendar and the way we can teach our classes. If you like to study subjects in depth and really be able to focus and drill down into what you're learning, this could be a perfect place for you.
For the University of Sioux Falls, I think the one thing I would want you to take would be the fact that that sense of belonging in community. From the moment you come to campus, even on your visit, you'll get that. Everyone's very friendly, and just given the fact that we're a very small community located in Sioux Falls, you get that feeling from the moment you visit.
And from Gonzaga, I would say, so we're a school of 5,000 undergrad students, very small class sizes, great community, but we have a national presence, and it's kind of like a small school that really has a big school spirit.
Awesome. My next question is, what advice would you give to someone going through the college search process?
I would say just in general right now, with any seniors who are joining us today, it's not too late to check out any of our universities. As we mentioned, a lot of us are doing test and test optional, and I just want to give advice to students. As a senior, I didn't even know about Mizzou yet at this point in time when I was a senior in high school. And so I really just invite students to explore and maybe ask the questions they're not even, sure to ask and look for in their college experience. So definitely good luck to everyone out there.
I would say visit anywhere you're thinking about even potentially going, do a visit, whether it's virtual or in person, and apply early. It's to your advantage. I'm not just saying that because I want you to. It really truly is to your advantage, especially for scholarships. A lot of our scholarship deadlines pass up pretty early. So even though our admissions application is open, scholarships do close pretty early. So want to make sure you get all of those opportunities as well to bring that cost down.
Yeah, I would say that, again, it's okay to be undecided about your major, and that it's a lot more common than you think. And again, just if that is you, to make sure that you're finding a school that is a good fit for you and that has those resources to support you in that journey. But again, good luck to everybody.
I would say reach out to us. Reach out to your admission counselors at the schools that you're looking at. We are generally friendly people, and we just want to be helpful. And we, if you're not able to really get the advice and assistance you need, maybe from your school counselor, because maybe their caseload is really large, we can be a great resource for you as well.
Yeah, I think everyone before me kind of mentioned it, but I think the biggest thing for me would be apply for scholarships. There's a lot of free money out there, and even if it's $500-800, it could go simply towards your textbook or a laptop. So any school you're visiting, ask about scholarships, talk to your high school counselor to see if they know of any community scholarships as well.
I'm going to add on to that not to cross off schools off your list because of the cost, because you could really get a great financial aid package, and you will get to a point where you actually get the financial aid packages back from the different schools, and you can really lay them all out on the table and say, okay, here's how much it really costs to go to school A, school B, school C. Here's where I found value in school A, school B, and school C. So you really can bring the financial component in to making that decision. But you can do that a little further down the road. You can kind of keep all of your doors open and keep all your options open early on.
Great advice, everyone. Thank you all for your wonderful input here. We are nearing our time for tonight's session, so I'd like to share my screen just one more time with you to share a few closing notes. So thank you to our wonderful panelists for sharing all the information you've had about your institutions, and thank you to our guests for joining us on tonight's session. When you close the window for this session, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback you can provide there. We encourage you to check back on the schedule and sign up for more sessions you're interested in. You'll also be able to view the recording for this session, as well as any other session recordings at strivescan.com/Minnesota. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and we hope you have a wonderful evening.